speaking of Google, they just
Speaking of Google,
had the
yeah.
antitrust law basically got or a case that was against them by the Department of Justice, who was seeking basically to see if they could split up Google in a bunch of different pieces, sell off the parts or whatever, so that there could be more competition. Just completely lost essentially that case, and Google can continue to do basically whatever it wants, which is we went through all of this process in the 90s with Microsoft, and it's basically disruptive technologies that come about that has to disrupt these companies, not government involvement that breaks them up. So yeah, Google's stock price shot up today 9% as a result of the verdict there, which is ironic because during the case about what was it 4 or 5 months ago when I ended
Yeah.
up starting my position in Google, one of the things that caused the stock price to drop by 10% to like I think the 150s or 140s or something like that was a line that one of the Apple executives said about how they might not
I think it was
or
Phil
they were
Schiller.
looking, yeah, Phil Schiller, and he had said that they were looking to um, n- uh, they were looking at what was it like putting AI for default search in
Yeah.
Safari, and it might not be
And
Google.
the
So
silly thing with that is his intention in that meeting was to push the government to do what they did today,
yes,
which is
exactly,
don't get involved. We have a good thing going with Google. Like
right.
and people I think read too much into his comments.
100%. And it caused the stock price to go down. And as a result of his testimony, probably because they sort of like, I think the judge actually referenced the fact that Google has competition from LLMs and ChatGPT and all that. So because of that, the verdict came favorable towards Google, and the stock price reversed almost the exact same amount today. But in between, Google has been also going up. So I think it's like up 30, 40% since that decline there.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Google is in an extremely strong position. Uh,
I mean, they're an absolute monster. But the key thing is they're really not a monopoly in any of the industries they're in. Like if you look
yeah,
at Android, there's iPhone. If you look at Chrome, there's Safari. If you
right.
look at search, that's the one that's
Now,
questionable. But now you have all these LLMs coming, and
yep,
is search going to be as relevant as it once was? Probably
right,
not.
right. I mean, they can probably like if you combine the searches on TikTok and like now ChatGPT and these LLMs. So like uh, Instagram search, does that count as search as well? So like if you count all of the other searches that people are doing in other places, then they don't have a monopoly the way they used to like 10 years ago.
Right.
But
Well, it used to be Google was number one, and then YouTube was number two in search.
right, right, right. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that has changed quite a bit. So um,
Yeah.
yeah,
And even with digital ads, like Google is a huge player, but then Facebook's number two or number one with running ads on mainly Instagram.
yeah. So yeah, I'm still very well, I shouldn't say very, but I'm still bullish on Google. I think Meta in general, they're roughly trading at about the same PE, price earnings ratio. Uh, and if I had to sort of like bet on only one, I would probably still bet on Meta. I have a much bigger Meta position than I do Google. If Google had a Mark Zuckerberg like CEO, where I felt way more confidence in his or her ability to sort of execute, I'd be way more excited about Google
Right.
because they have 9 products with over 1 billion users, more than like by far more than any other company, and they're just so freaking strong. So
Yeah. And I think their products compared to Meta are just better in general. Um, like
mm, user experience wise, I'm not sure that would be true.
I'm not like, and I'm an investor in both. I don't love Instagram or Facebook.
Well,
You know,
user interface, yeah. I mean, like, but if you were a user of those products, the UI UX is not bad.
yeah,
Uh,
no, I'm saying the actual like products and the idea. Like I think
gotcha.
like what Google has all the products they've worked on are more meaningful
Oh, one,
than
yeah, I agree with that.
and
I
what
agree with that.
Facebook is. Yeah. And that can change, right? Like Facebook, I think, knows this, and they're trying to pivot into AI and into VR.
Right,
So we'll see. And then I think Google, not that they need to pivot, but they're going to struggle with like, what do they do next?
right, right. Yeah, and they have all the technologies. They have like the best AI stuff, but they just need a better sort of cohesiveness along the different products and combining them. But you're absolutely right that they have way more meaningful products and products that you can't live without. Your email, your search, your like
Google
your
Docs,
photos, your huh
Google
maps or
Docs, Google
Google
Drive.
Docs.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Maps. Yeah,
It's just so
everything.
many incredible products. Chrome, obviously, like your gateway to the rest of the internet. So yeah, absolutely. Android. So
Yeah,
you can't live without these products, whereas you could live without Instagram or Facebook or whatever.
right. Yeah,
Maybe not WhatsApp as much.
I think originally when Facebook came out and Instagram came out, they were higher quality products in the sense of like it wasn't like all ads, it wasn't all like random posts that you don't follow.
Right, right.
But
Those were
now it's just
friends.
it's like randomly like you were seeing what your friends were doing. It's not the
N-
same anymore. It's very
No,
different.
now they're gaming you to stay on there and
Yeah,
entertaining you. Like so now it's
yeah,
more entertainment. It's like the way they look at it is that we're competing with Netflix for your attention.
right,
Um, so like maybe they're better than Netflix, like, but they're not better than Google in terms of what's necessary.
right. And I think the purest form of that is TikTok, right? Like that is
Right.
an entertainment engine.